Hi there. I've been working on a website for a while. It's called Addemocracy.com. So it's democracy.com. I link next to this video, and the reason why I built it was because I was trying to find a solution to the undemocratic way that policy is being made, because you have democratic leaders, which is a contradiction. You have intransparent laws and all that stuff, and all the discussions are always qualitatively directional, motivational. Let's say we have to have more people at work, we have to protect the jobs, lower the taxes, all that bullshit. And it's never about what situation do you actually like to achieve. So instead of thinking about decision making as a push in a direction, it is actually a push towards a certain situation that you define very specifically. And you can basically use ideas from graph theory and all kinds of machine learning theories that are about optimization, where you simply say that the world is a collection of facts that are true today, and these facts change all the time, and you want to end up with a certain specific number of facts that you can define. And now this is a very preliminary version of the website, and it recognizes the fact that nobody can really agree on what the facts are, which is a recognized fact. It's funny, of course, but by my measures of funny, I guess. But so what it does is it allows you to state a situation, or a state, as I call it. And there are some rules about it. First of all, it has to be in the present tense, like it is now. And second of all, it has to be objectively measurable. It cannot be qualitative, not like we have to have nicer people in the world. And that's it. You can go to the site directly. You can type something in that you like, and then you have two measures that are related to that thing that you have entered. So let's say you could enter, let's say, there's no poverty in America. It's in the present. There is no poverty in America, and of course poverty is not that well defined, but you can add a comment so you define poverty. But everybody knows that you could refer to an official limit or something like that. But then you have to tell two things about it. First of all, do you think it is true, and by what measure? So you have a scale from 0 to 100%, or from 0 to 1. Is it true? Which means that you can not agree with the factuality of the state. And of course, if things are in the future, then they're not true. So let's say America has 150,000 I don't know, supermodels. Maybe that's not true today, but it might be true in the future, and people might disagree on the truth of facts. So somebody might say, we don't have unemployment anymore. So if you have written a state saying there's no unemployment in the US, then somebody might say it's 100% true, and you might say it's 0% true. The democratic aspect about the site, of course, that those measures are averaged. Another thing you have to say about it is whether it's good, because good is basically the moral judgment that you make on that fact, and that you can make also on present facts or states that you find. So let's see, you find that women are discriminated in the workplace. That is a fact. You don't have to beat around the bush. In some countries, some countries not the case anymore, but anyway, it's a fact. So it's true. You say it's 100% true, and you also say it's not good. So it's 0% good. Another fact might be that BP has capped the oil well, and the factuality of that is still in dispute, but it's 100% good. And the key to the whole website is that you try to identify, of course, the states that are good and untrue, and try to make them true, and on the contrary, of course, the states that are bad or zero good and very true, like the GOP is active in the politics in America, and you have all these laws that corrupt people. They are all bad. So you could propose a state saying, NRA has to has to identify itself in advertisements. That's not true, but it would be very good, etc., etc. Now, what happens is that these states are not tied to you personally, only as long as you're the only one that wants to adopt it, that wants to adopt a future reality with that state in it. And it's a dynamic thing. You can constantly adapt your opinion about things whenever you want. You can go to the website, it will recognize your IP address. It's not personalized yet, and you can change things. So now it's very basic. But the idea is that you can say whatever you want. You're anonymous. It's not about the person that thinks things or that finds things, but it is about how many of the population agree with, let's say, the appeal or the attractiveness or the desirability of a future state. How many people agree, or what do people think is the factuality of certain assertions. So let's say if a GOP says, I don't know, deficit will not be increased by a GOP policy after the election, then of course there's also opinion about it. So you can create a state that says GOP, under Republican government, GOP, and you have to be very specific, is not increased, and you can simply say that's not true. And whether it's good or not is not the question. But this website lends itself to a number of changes, but at the current form, I think it's pretty funny. I'm interested in people that are trying it out. You can add nonsense. And basically the way it works is that you go to the site, then you see that you don't have any states that you have adopted or submitted, and then you go to the list down the top list where your stuff is, and you can adopt statements by others, or you can suggest your own, of course. And then you can see what percentage of users agrees with these states, and that's going to be expanded. And anybody that, in the future, if this is all developed, then you could have, let's say, a meeting or a discussion or some online thing, which you have a lot in these blogs where everybody comments, and you really want to know what people think or what should happen. And then you can probably, I'll make it so that you can reserve this site specifically for a specific purpose, and even add links to your website if you want some kind of opinion to be expressed very strongly. But for now, it's just it's up. You can go to it, take a look at it, and tell me what you think about it in the comments below. And I appreciate you watching this, so thanks for listening.